Are you lying in bed right now? The blue light of your phone burning into your retinas, while your brain cycles through a greatest hits reel of every anxiety-inducing thought you've had this week. It is 3 a.m. Your body is exhausted. Your eyes burn. Your muscles ache. But your brain is vibrating. It's like a browser with 50 tabs open, and you can't find where the music is coming from. In 2026, we're living through a biological mismatch. Evolutionarily, your brain is designed to react to a rustle in the bushes or a predator in the dark. But today, the predator is a work email, a fluctuating stock market, or a social media comment. Your nervous system doesn't know the difference. It reacts to a notification the same way it reacts to a lion. The result? A generation that is wired but tired. In this health hustle mega class, we are going to stop treating the symptoms. We aren't just talking about drinking some tea or trying to relax. We're going into the laboratory of your own biology. We're going to look at the gut-brain axis, the HPA axis, and the specific molecular synergy of ashwagandha and magnesium. I'm Mina, and this is your masterclass on turning off the noise. Let's start the hustle. To fix your sleep and kill your anxiety, you have to understand the seesaw in your brain. On one side, you have glutamate. Glutamate is your brain's primary excitatory neurotransmitter. It's the gas pedal. It helps you learn, it helps you focus, and it keeps you alert. In a healthy brain, glutamate is essential. On the other side, you have GABA, gamma-aminobutyric acid. This is the brake pedal. GABA is what tells your neurons to stop firing. It's the chill-out chemical. In a state of chronic anxiety or insomnia, your seesaw is stuck. You have a glutamate storm happening in your prefrontal cortex. Your neurons are firing so fast that they actually begin to suffer from excitotoxicity. You are literally overstimulating your brain to the point of exhaustion. But because the GABA brakes are cut, you can't stop. Why does this happen? Most people think it's just stress. But biologically, it's often a nutrient deficiency or a hormonal imbalance. When your cortisol, the stress hormone, is chronically high, it actually inhibits the production of GABA. This leads us to the cortisol-melatonin loop. In a perfect world, your cortisol should be high in the morning to wake you up and low at night to let you sleep. Melatonin should be the opposite. But for most of us, that curve is inverted. We wake up groggy, low cortisol, and hit a second wind at 9 p.m., high cortisol. If you don't fix this rhythm, no pill in the world, natural or pharmaceutical, will give you the deep, phase 3, and phase 4 REM sleep. Your brain needs to wash out the metabolic waste from the day. Did you know that your gut is often referred to as your second brain? There is a massive highway of information called the vagus nerve that connects your digestive system directly to your brain's emotional center. Here is the health hustle secret. 90% of your serotonin is produced in your gut. Why does serotonin matter for sleep? Because serotonin is the direct chemical precursor to melatonin. If your gut is inflamed due to poor diet, processed oils, or chronic stress, your serotonin production drops. If you don't have serotonin, your brain cannot physically manufacture enough melatonin to keep you in a deep sleep. This is why midnight anxiety often feels like a sinking feeling in your stomach. It's because your gut and your brain are having conversation, and the gut is screaming danger. We are going to use a specific remedy today that doesn't just calm the brain, but calms the gut lining, allowing that serotonin to melatonin conversion to happen smoothly. Now let's talk about the golden nightcap remedy I mentioned. This isn't just a folk remedy. This is biochemistry. 1. The power of ashwagandha, KSM66. Ashwagandha is an adaptogen. Its job is to find where your body is out of balance and bring it back to homeostasis. Cortisol reduction. Clinical trials have shown the high-concentration ashwagandha root extract reduces serum cortisol levels by up to 30% at VMP. Voltage-gated ion channels that help stabilize the electrical activity in your brain. When your brain is racing, ashwagandha helps quiet the electrical static. 2. The magnesium milk, ionic magnesium. Magnesium is responsible for over 300 biochemical reactions in the body. For sleep, it is the most important mineral because it binds to GABA receptors. When you use magnesium milk, a liquid, ionic form, you bypass the long digestion process. It enters the bloodstream almost immediately. It relaxes the smooth muscle tissue in your arteries and your gut, lowering your blood pressure and telling your heart rate to slow down. The Health Hustle Golden Nightcap Recipe. Base. 1 cup of warm, unsweetened almond or coconut milk. Warm liquids trigger the vagus nerve to relax. The adaptogen. 600 milligrams of ashwagandha KSM. 66 at the mineral. 1 tablespoon of liquid magnesium, magnesium bicarbonate or citrate. The catalyst. A pinch of black pepper and ginger to increase bioavailability and soothe the gut. we have to talk about the one thing that is silently sabotaging your ashwagandha and magnesium protocol before you even take it. Light. In your brain, there's a tiny cluster of cells called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, SCN. Think of this as the master clock for your entire biology. This clock doesn't listen to your watch or your phone. It only listens to one thing, photons. Specifically, blue light photons. For 200,000 years, humans had one primary source of blue light, the sun. When the sun went down, blue light disappeared, replaced by the amber and red hues of firelight. This was the signal for your SCN to tell the pineal gland, start the melatonin production. In 2026, we have broken that cycle. Your LED light bulbs, your 4K television, and especially that smartphone 6 inches from your face, are all emitting massive amounts of blue light. To your brain, that 11 p.m. Instagram scroll looks exactly like high noon. The melatonin delay. Research shows that just 10 minutes of smartphone exposure at night can delay your melatonin production by up to 90 minutes. This means even if you fall asleep, you aren't sleeping deep. You are essentially in a chemical waiting room, while your brain tries to process why the sun is still out. The Health Hustle Light Protocol. The sunset transition. 2 hours before bed. Switch your home to cave mode. Turn off overhead lights and use floor lamps with warm, amber bulbs. Blue light blockers. If you must use a screen, use high-quality, orange-tinted, blue light blocking glasses. Not the clear ones, the amber ones. We need to filter out wavelengths below 480 nm. The morning anchor. This is the secret hustle. To sleep well at night, you must view sunlight within 30 minutes of waking up. This sets the timer for your melatonin, release 16 hours later. If you don't get morning light, your brain doesn't know when to start the countdown to sleep. Let's be honest. Sometimes your biology is perfect. Your room is dark and your supplements are on point, but your mind won't shut up. This is psychological insomnia. Your brain is a survival machine. If you have open loops, unfinished tasks, unresolved arguments, or worries about the future, your brain will not let you sleep. Why? Because in the wild, an unfinished task usually meant a threat to your survival. Your brain stays awake to solve the problem. To fix this, we use 2 specific health hustle techniques. 1. The CEO brain dump. 1 hour before bed, take a physical piece of paper, no screens. Write down every single thing you are worried about, every task you didn't finish, and exactly what time you will handle it tomorrow. By writing it down and assigning a time, you're telling your subconscious, the problem is managed. You can stand down. You're closing the open loops. 2. Cognitive shuffling, the scrambler. If you are already in bed and your mind is racing, your brain is stuck in logical mode. We need to force it into dream mode. Pick a random word, like bedtime. B. Picture a bear. Picture a bicycle. Picture a balloon. D. Picture an elephant. Picture an envelope. Picture an egg. D. Picture a dolphin. Picture a door. Picture a drum. Go through every letter. By forcing your brain to visualize random, non-threatening images, you break the chain of analytical thought and mimic the hypnagogic state of early sleep. You are essentially tricking your brain into a dream state. We talked about the golden nightcap remedy, but what if you are in the middle of a full-blown panic attack? What if your heart is pounding and you feel like you can't breathe? We need to trigger the mammalian dive reflex. This is a biological cheat code that forces your heart rate to drop instantly. The cold water reset. Go to the sink and splash ice-cold water on your face, specifically around your eyes and temples. Better yet, hold an ice pack to your chest for 30 seconds. This stimulates the vagus nerve, the highway we discussed earlier. The shock of the cold sends an emergency signal to your brain. Slow down everything to preserve oxygen. Your heart rate will drop by 10 to 25% in seconds. This is the emergency brake for anxiety. You didn't get this stressed overnight, and you won't become a master of sleep in one night either. This is the Health Hustle 30-Day Protocol. Week 1, the foundations. Focus only on the 3-2-1 rule and morning sunlight. Week 2, the supplement synergy. Introduce the ashwagandha and magnesium golden nightcap. Week 3, the environment. Audit your bedroom. Remove the TV, buy blackout curtains, and set your room temperature to 65 degrees Fahrenheit 18 degrees Celsius. Your body temperature must drop by 2 degrees to initiate deep sleep. Week 4, the mental fortress. Practice the brain dump and the physiological side daily. By the end of these 30 days, you aren't just sleeping better. You have fundamentally rewired your nervous system's response to the world. The world in 2026 is designed to keep you distracted, sleep-deprived, and anxious. Anxious people are easier to sell to. Distracted people are easier to control. But you are a health hustler. You realize that your sleep is your greatest competitive advantage. When you sleep, your brain cleans itself via the lymphatic system. You wake up sharper, faster, and more resilient than anyone else. Stop letting your environment dictate your state of mind. Use the remedy, master the light, and close the loops. If this mega class changed your perspective, share it with one person who hasn't slept in weeks. Hit that like button, and make sure you're subscribed for the deep dives that actually change lives. I'm Nina. Sleep well, hustle hard, and stay health hustle always.